Executive Summary. The year 2024 is set to become a landmark in global democratic processes, with over half of the world's population participating in national elections. This phenomenon, termed as the super election year, encompasses a wide array of countries, from populous democracies like India to smaller nations like Palau. However, this surge in democratic participation is juxtaposed with the spread of autocracy in several nations and the growing disillusionment of young voters with the existing political order. This report aims to provide a comprehensive analysis of the geopolitical implications of these elections, considering the rise of autocracy, the role of youth movements, and the varying geopolitical contexts. Background: 2024's election year is unique in its scale and diversity. Major powers like the United States, India, and members of the European Union are heading to the polls alongside smaller nations. However, this democratic exercise occurs against a backdrop of increasing autocracy in countries like Belarus, Iran, Russia, and Venezuela, and significant democratic backsliding in nations such as El Salvador, Georgia, and Pakistan. Additionally, there's a notable youth movement demanding structural changes in the post-COVID era, reflecting a broader rejection of traditional political narratives. Analysis: Autocratic trends. Nations like Belarus and Russia show a trend towards authoritarianism, with elections likely serving as mere formalities rather than genuine democratic exercises. This trend could further entrench autocratic regimes, leading to potential human rights abuses and international condemnation. Democratic backsliding. Countries like India and Pakistan, traditionally seen as democratic, are experiencing significant backsliding. The outcomes of their elections will be crucial in determining whether they continue on an undemocratic trajectory or manage to restore democratic norms. Youth movement impact. The influence of the global youth movement could lead to a surge in support for non-traditional candidates and policies, especially on issues like climate change, economic inequality, and social justice. Geopolitical implications. The outcomes of elections in major powers like the US and member states of the EU will have significant ramifications on global geopolitical dynamics, particularly in terms of foreign policy orientations towards issues like China, Russia, and international migration. Implications and recommendations. Monitoring autocratic regimes. International organizations and democracies should closely monitor elections in autocratic states, ready to impose sanctions or diplomatic pressures in case of electoral malpractices. Supporting democratic institutions. There is a need for concerted efforts to support democratic institutions and processes in countries experiencing democratic backsliding. Engaging the youth. Political parties and governments should actively engage with the youth, addressing their concerns and incorporating their perspectives into policymaking. Geopolitical strategy. Major powers must prepare for shifts in global alliances and policies based on election outcomes, particularly in countries with diverging foreign policy stances. Conclusion: the 2024 elections present a complex and diverse landscape. While they offer an opportunity for democratic renewal and engagement, especially among the youth, they also pose significant challenges in the face of rising autocracy and democratic backsliding. The outcomes of these elections will not only determine the domestic policies of the countries involved, but also shape the global geopolitical environment in the years to come.